Hello, my friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family. Great to speak with you guys again. So after we had those deadly floods in Japan, now we have a dangerous heat wave that kills at least 8 in Japan. Thousands suffer from exhaustion, and a man actually gets stuck in the middle of the road. And we saw a gentleman in the UK get his foot stuck in the road, and now there's the same thing happening over here. Kind of crazy. So summer 2018, Japan is experiencing a lot of natural disasters, and actually so is China. Just to the south of this area and to the west, they're going through hell too. They really are, and they'll be hit again with some more strong storms that we were talking about, and flooding in an area that's already so flooded. So after deadly floods, dramatic landslides, and a strong quake 10 days ago, now a deadly heat wave is currently sitting over the country, and it doesn't seem to decrease in intensity. 2 people died, about 2,000 people suffered heat stroke or exhaustion on Sunday as the heat wave continued scorching Japan during a 3-day weekend. The weather agency warned people to take measures to prevent heat stroke and exhaustion as the hot weather is expected to continue. And then, of course, down in Australia, we have an amazing winter season starting down there as well. So really, the weather is extreme. It's extreme everywhere you look, just these incredible extremes. Temperatures rose above 35 Celsius in many parts of western and eastern Japan, while the highest for Sunday was 38.8 Celsius. And amazing, 927 monitoring points nationwide, 200 logged highs of at least 35 Celsius. And so it's hampering the rescues going on still, as we can see the wreckage that you still have all over the area. And when we look at Japan, this is the area we're talking about, and you can see that this is the area with the intense heat as well. So these poor people are getting hit in more ways than one. And I'll let you guys watch this video as the man gets actually stuck in the middle of the road. Just basically, I guess the soles of his shoes, although it doesn't really even look like he's using shoes, melt to the road and get stuck there. Pretty wild stuff. And just to touch on this again, there's still more cases of these strange allergic reactions going on due to the California, well, they think it's due to the California fires burning something and throwing something into the air that's causing these mysterious rashes. It's up for debate what it is. They don't have any answers yet. Very, very nasty rashes. Let's hope that this situation is alleviated shortly and it doesn't spread. So China, as we were just saying before too, the floods wreak havoc across the country. More rain's expected. It's going to get worse before it gets better. And heavy rains do happen. A lot of areas have their monsoon seasons. As you see, this young lady was rescued, stranded on a flooded street, and these 3 gentlemen, with the aid of some ropes, are rescuing her. And again, China has some more storms heading their way to the exact same area again. And it's not just in Asia. So we have a big hailstorm dumping a thick blanket around southern Austria, and really Austria and Italy and France too. And you could throw Germany in the mix, but they've had a tremendous amount of these intense hailstorms lately. And the middle of July, and it makes it look like there's snow on the ground. Pretty intense, and definitely very, very dangerous. These supercells are incredibly powerful, and they just deliver really quick, dangerous hail, as you can see here. Visibility not good. Definitely slippery road conditions on July 15th. Amazing. The weather we're seeing around the world, it's extreme. Extreme is the best word you could really come up with. Extreme and severe, and that was Austria, and this is northern Italy. And again, severe hailstorms. And we're seeing these massive chunks come down. Definitely looks like those could do some damage if you got hit by one of those. And we've seen in so many areas that, cars are just obliterated, windows broken, huge dents. That guy was wearing a riding helmet, good idea. Definitely pretty impressive. Look at the size of these things. They could definitely do some damage, for sure. And they've been getting these hailstorms, it seems like almost every other day in that area. And over here we have Minsk in Belarus. And just the clouds have been incredible. Look at those shelf clouds. Creepy. They look like you're in a sci-fi movie and you're waiting for the mothership to pop out. That's just so wild. We're seeing such incredible cloud formations. And amazing lightning, like we saw in this morning's video. The weather has been amazing and spectacular and extreme. And we have 23 people injured after an explosion hurls basketball-sized lava bomb onto a tour boat. And this is in Hawaii, and I think this was the Kapoho area. Yeah, Kapoho. So at least 23 people were injured after basically a lava bomb hit them. And so you gotta be so careful. I've seen these tour ships taking people so close to where you have lava flowing into the ocean, and you see these explosions, and you got to wonder if a big one comes, are you going to get hit? Well, this time they did. 4 passengers were taken by ambulance to the Hilo Medical Center. One person, a woman in her 20s, was in serious condition with a fractured femur. The other passengers suffered burns and scrapes. So very, very, I don't know. Is it worth the risk? Not for me personally. And so if we take a peek at what's going on in Hawaii right now, these stuck out to me because we have over here, again, 1.6 negative, so it's above sea level, 2.0 kilometers, again, above sea level, and this one, 3.4, because, again, where these are all above sea level, significantly, anywhere from, 5 to maybe, 8 or 9,000 feet. And when we look at, like, say, where this one is right here in the middle, it's right exactly at the main crater of Mauna Loa. So again, the same question. It hasn't gone yet, but we saw that the 2 Japanese ones were connected, and that scientists didn't think that they were connected, but now they know they are connected. And I've had some people say, well, Mauna Loa and Kilauea are not connected. They're not drawing from the same pool. Now, that was the previous thinking on the 2 over in Japan. And, but now we know that that was actually wrong. And so, of course, with Fissure 8 going, maybe that's taking enough pressure off that, Mauna Loa won't go. But it's just all very curious because, again, this is something that is moving possibly in the lava channels, the magma channels underneath. So we shall see. And as we know, it's been since 1984 since it has gone. And perhaps Fissure 8 is taking the pressure off of that and will be the new dominant volcano. As we already saw, another little island emerge that's got its own basically fissure on it that's spewing out magma, lava, and creating a new island. So it could be that Mauna Loa won't go. It just the location is very, very ominous. So you guys, I'm sure, probably saw a lot of this, and of course, we have CNN and MSNBC and so many of the outlets basically saying that they're shocked about the way Trump handled everything today. Some are saying that he totally kissed butt. You name it. Some are saying impeachment Well, a woman was arrested in Washington accused of being a Russian government agent. And she's 29 years old, and she's been charged with conspiracy to act as an agent of the Russian government while developing ties with American citizens and infiltrating political groups, the U.S. Justice Department said on Monday. Maria Butina, who studied at American University in Washington, is the founder of the pro-gun Russian advocacy group Right to Bear Arms, was arrested on Sunday and accused of operating at the direction of a high-level official who worked for the Russian Central Bank and was recently sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control and the Justice Department said. So the court records did not name the official. So Butina has appeared in numerous photographs on her Facebook page with Alexander Torshin, the deputy head of Russia's central bank, who was sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury Department in April. A person familiar with the matter told Reuters that Butina worked for him as an assistant. Other media reported on a business relationship between the two. And so, of course, she's denying that she is a Russian agent. And of course, we have President Trump and President Putin meeting today, and saying, both of them basically saying that there was no collusion and nothing to look at down that road, and putting on a good show of cooperation. And we shall see how all this goes. We know the media is having a field day with it, and it's just another drama to watch there and see how it unfolds. Archaeologists discover bread that predates agriculture by 4,000 years. So we see constantly that what we were taught is wrong, and it's constantly being showed time and time again that everything you were taught in school is basically wrong. The whole worldview is wrong when you get down to it. But we are finding more and more things in these anomalous findings, that point to, in a lot of cases, the fact that there's been many different cultures here upon the planet, many different civilizations, and perhaps not even the fact that we are the most advanced ever. In some ways, we're probably very, very lagging, perhaps in many. But it's fascinating when they always have these new discoveries that push back timelines. And of course, they're still referring to them as hunter-gatherers and thinking of them with the thought of them being like cavemen and barely able to communicate and grunting, holding their spears, dragging their women around by the hair. Those type of things that we were taught, and which are being shown to be not accurate at all, really. But anyway, a team of researchers from the University of Copenhagen, University College of London, and University of Cambridge analyzed charred food remains from a 14,400-year-old Natufian hunter-gatherer site, a site known as Shubaikwa 1, located in the Black Desert of northeast Jordan. These results, which are published today in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, provide the earliest empirical evidence for the production of bread. So this pushes that timeline back pre-agricultural times. Back into when we were supposedly just hunter-gatherers, killing deer and antelope and having occasional seeds and berries, and basically living that way. But we have all these anomalous objects. We have all these old settlements, and we have these amazing antique artifices that just scream advanced culture all over the world. So really, we're finding that things are so much different than what we've been taught. And it's always interesting to see these things. At least it is for me. And another enigma, an evolutionary enigma. Study finds traces of a ghost species in human saliva. So, who are you? Who? Who really are you? Do you really know? Do we really know? So researchers are raising the question about an unknown species that seems to have interbred with humans some 150,000 years ago. That timeline sounds interesting for those of you out there that are people that watch Ancient Aliens shows. So these aren't dust-covered archaeologists one might picture working in the field to unearth physical evidence of such mysterious liaisons. Rather, these scientists have much more in common with the CIA forensics team, performing genetic analysis of living people's saliva to find clues about our enigmatic ancient ancestors. God, I was almost going to say ancient astronaut ancestors. That would have been a little Freudian slip there. So working out of the University of Buffalo, they were originally researching the biological importance of the protein found in our spit, known as MUC7. But then they stumbled across something exciting. In the MUC7 protein, which gives saliva its slimy consistency and likely confers a host of benefits, they also found a hint about our deep past. Studying variations in the MUC7 gene across more than 2,500 modern human genomes, the researchers found a surprise. Some of the genomes from sub-Saharan Africa had a version of the protein that was radically different from all the others. Sub-Saharan Africa, that's interesting. That's where they had the mines that they used to mine with the worker bees that they created by merging their own DNA with what was here. Interesting. So, the most likely explanation is interbreeding with a ghost species of ancient people. This unknown human relative could be a species that has been discovered, such as a subspecies of Homo erectus or an undiscovered hominin. We call it a ghost species because we don't really have the fossils. Interesting. If they did have the fossils, you know where they would end up? At the Smithsonian. And then eventually in the bottom of the ocean, as so many others have gone, all those bodies of the giants that we were talking about in the past videos. So we know that there's something genetically missing. We know that. That's obvious. And it's pretty obvious what it is, too. For those of you that are truthers, let's say truthers, I won't use the conspiracy theorist words. Truthers. It's pretty obvious. I mean, all the legends from so many tribes all around the world has talked about this. You know, it's really not even just the ancient Sumerians that talk about this. So it's just more evidence. So this is an interesting photo. I'm going to show you guys some photos and some things sent in from people. So here we have a full moon. And is that just a lens flare? I don't know. It doesn't seem to match. It's interesting, to say the least. You know, you guys give me your opinion. And I don't claim to be any expert on all these things. And so we have a couple of anomalous looking lights with a big mustache below it. Kind of looks like two eyes and a mustache there. Interesting. Definitely some interesting colors that we're seeing in this sky, and a lot of anomalous lights. And does this almost look like an angel to you? Like side profile of an angel? Can you see that? I've always been able to see like so much stuff in clouds. Maybe my imagination's too good. But it also feels to me like glitches in the Matrix. And so this is from our own Trevor Young out of Denver, Colorado, sending us some positive messages. So as we and the earth continue to vibrate towards a higher plane, we must continue to send our love and light into the earth. And we also must be ready. Much love and light to you and everybody here in the Evolutionary Energy Arts family. And so Trevor is quite the artist, and he's sharing his love and light with us. Always very, very positive person. Thank you so much, Trevor, for sharing this. Very beautiful. All about the positive vibrations, EEA family. And that one's definitely psychedelic and trippy. So I hope none of you out there are doing your medical marijuana while you're watching this, because this one might really freak you guys out. Thank you, Trevor, so much for that. So these are some good tips here. The fastest growing veggies and fruits every survivalist should know how to grow. And one of the things, sprouts. Sprouts are so quick, so nutritious, so packed with life force. First thing I ever grew was a radish. And radishes, yes, that's another quick and easy one if you like them. So as it says, in times of scarcity, we can't rely on the food industry to provide us with enough to eat. If you look back to the world wars, where food was rationed, civilians were encouraged to grow their own produce to supplement what the state could not provide. So if you're aiming towards self-sufficiency, you should focus on the fastest growing fruits and veggies at starting anyway. So there's a lot that will grow very quickly and very easily. Sunflower shoots, 12 days. And that's one of your options right there. And again, very, very nutritious. Radishes, 21 days. Germinate really quickly. Scallions, 21 days. Lettuce, 30 days. Spinach, 30 days. And it's a superfood. Turnips, 30 to 55 days. And beets, 35 to 60 days. And beets are also they have so many benefits to them. And I don't like to eat beets, but I'll actually juice them with other things, and I don't notice the flavor. Zucchini, very prolific, 40 to 95 days. So that's another one, definitely. Broccoli's 40 to 60 days. Extremely nutritious, superfood, cancer preventative. Baby carrots, about 50 days. Cucumbers, about 50 days. And that's a good idea on where to get started with some of these things. And again, as I was going to say, sprouts of all kinds, and throw them in your salads. They're so nutritious, so packed with chi, with life force, prana. Very, very, very healthy. So my friends, as always, please do thumbs up to support the channel. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and join our growing family, and share with as many as possible. Share, and wake people up. And join me tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. I'll be on Revolution Radio, and we will be taking calls, so you guys will be encouraged to give a call in and share your point of view. As always, may you guys be blessed with abundant peace, love, light, health, well-being, and may you always be protected, now and always, you and yours. Thank you, my friends. God bless, and namaste.